Hi there, I'm Andrew, welcome to Adventure Rider. Today I'm going to give you guys a quick look at the Enduristan Hurricane 25 rucksack. This is their premium rucksack in their offering and it's their biggest one as well. This comes in at £250, so it isn't cheap. I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this after 6 months of use so you could perhaps find out who this would be useful for and why and how good it is overall. So a few considerations. Firstly, the fact that this is premium. The materials that Enduristan use is pretty consistent through all their luggage and the rucksack's no different. It's very, very hard wearing. I describe it as bomb-proof, which is not to be taken literally, but it's just very, very durable. It gives the bag quite a distinct shape that it doesn't collapse down easily, for example, if it's not full of stuff, which has its benefits. It keeps a nice shape, but also it means that it's kind of fussy. It's quite hard work as a bag, but if you need something really genuinely rugged and durable, then this will absolutely have you covered. If you were going round the world, and I mean that properly, then yeah, this would be a great option. You could throw it around, throw it on the floor. It can take all sorts of abuse. It is inherently waterproof and it can take all sorts of abrasion as well. And it's got lots of storage options. So in that sense, it would be great. But of course, that's like niche beyond niche, the people who actually do that. Really, it's more about a statement piece. Having a bag that is bomb-proof and durable marks you out as an intrepid explorer. This is clearly going up against the big boys from the likes of Krieger. Enduristan have actually been around a long time, since 2008, and they have something of a cult following. I was really keen to see if there was a bag that could rival things like the Krieger bags, and in certain respects, I think this does. But overall, I think that this has slightly more concessions to things like comfort and day-to-day practicality than some of the Krieger bags will. So being 25 litre, that's about as much as you're ever really going to want on your person, and in an adventure context, it definitely is the upper limit. But of course, it's not just about storage capacity, it's also weight. So if you had 25 litres and that was mostly taken up by a sleeping bag full of air and feathers, clearly that's not going to be such a problem compared to the average weight of bike gear that we're carrying around. That would be quite substantial, I think, 25 litres on your back. So this for me is more suitable for kind of day-to-day riding. I have used this off-road properly when I've had a need to have quite a bit of spare equipment, doing shoots and stuff like that. But of course, again, that's kind of niche, but it performed brilliantly. One thing I will say about it is it's incredibly comfortable to wear, even fully laden, with all the pockets and even the expandable pockets on the outside with bottle holders, with everything going on with this. It's actually very, very comfortable the way that the weight is sat across your person, and the ergonomics are something that you wouldn't necessarily think they'd be as good at as the likes of Krieger, given that most of their stuff focuses around actual luggage rather than rucksacks. But they have done a brilliant job making it very comfortable. So this outer, this is the thing I was talking about. It's just so hard wearing, it's abrasion resistant, it's waterproof, and it's the same across all their bags. So it's great for that durability, that rugged nature. So too are the zips. The zips are Aquaseal, which is incredibly good for waterproofing. So the bag is a waterproof bag as sold. It doesn't need a cover over it. That's really useful and that's great. But my God, are the zips hard work when you first get them. So the first time I got this out of the bag, I honestly thought that the zips were seized or something straight away. It comes with a little tube of lube, which I sort of thought was, you know, one of those things. It's like for perhaps old people that struggle with stuff. Maybe that's why you need it. I've had one product ever from a Yeti cooler, which was one thing that came with a lube, and it wasn't really necessary. So when I saw this, I was like, really? But yeah, you really do need to use that because it's very, very stiff without it. And not only that, but probably every couple of weeks, if you're using this extensively on a daily basis and in the rain, it wears off that lube and you need to reapply it. So I've never seen such a lube hungry product that in terms of luggage in my life. I think this stuff literally drinks it. I don't know where it goes, but you do need that to make this bag sort of workable day to day. Otherwise you're really going to be struggling with the stiffness of the zips. When you get your hands inside, I mean, that's the thing here. So the bags from Krieger are very soft and they kind of ruffle under pressure, which is good and bad. And that means that when you're getting your stuff in and out, it's very easy to do. And obviously on a daily basis, we're taking stuff in and out of a rucksack. And here it's just slightly more hassle. It's kind of scratchy. I'd sound like a massive little snowflake for complaining about scratchiness of bags and stuff like that, but it's true, it really does. There's a pocket round here, which is a useful location to have such a pocket, I think. So it's quick and easy access on the top. But again, the inner of the pocket is made of the same fabric that the outside is, and it sits at the top of the bag. So it doesn't need a pocket liner to be that rugged because it's not really doing anything protective like the outside might be, but it is the same. And that means you kind of put something in there like a pair of AirPods at the back, and it's like, kind of, where are they? And it's scratching on the way out. Little things, but when you're using it day to day, it's sort of irritating. But then that's probably the concession you're willing to make if what you need is the most rugged, durable bag going. On to practical features like the laptop storage carrying abilities. Now this bag has a sort of slightly V shape to the profile, small at the bottom, tapers out at the top. And that means that the laptop itself can only go so far down into the bag. So it actually sits a little bit higher. And if you have this pocket that I just mentioned full of stuff, or even if you open it out and it's expanded, and then you zip it up, because of the waterproofing of the pockets, it literally holds all the air in there and you can't even squeeze it out. And that kind of gets in the way of you trying to get a laptop into the laptop carrying compartment at the back. And I have a very slinky, sexy MacBook Air, which is one of the new ones. Obviously this is very, very thin and lightweight. If I had my previous MacBook Pro, I don't think it's going to get in there. And that is definitely something to note, that a bag of this size to struggle to take a laptop bigger than a MacBook Air, you know, that's something that I think needs to be considered. So if this is all you have, or you don't even need to take it, or you have an iPad, then of course there's no problem there. And again, if you're doing proper adventuring, really you should be leaving the laptop at home and get away from the work if you can. So in terms of the other features, as I said, there we go, just come on, you can do it. The zip's now done up. We have these bottle carriers on the outside, which are useful and can simply be sort of hidden away by folding on themselves and then pulling the straps across them to hide them, one on either side. That is quite useful and they work pretty well, and you can put the loop through something like your bag to just secure it in place with one of these straps on the side. The straps, as the bag came, were orientated to a massive person, so I had to fiddle for quite a long time to cinch this in enough to fit me as someone who's sort of averagely sized. So whereas the Krieger bags would just fit perfectly straight out of the bag, and that's going to work for 9 out of 10 people, with the 1 in 10 needing to adjust it, I think the 9 out of 10 here are going to need to spend some time adjusting. So I had to really push the straps down as far as they could go into the padded back area to get this as high as I wanted. So this sat high because it was sitting very low as it came out of the bag. So little details like that you would expect Krieger to have the march on Enduristan because of the longer history and sort of feedback and chance of perfecting those little features over time. But this is minor stuff, this is just adjustments. And you get this waist strap, lower waist strap, and then you get a simple plastic buckle here. So you might be thinking, oh, it'd be cool to have something premium or gimmicky or what have you, but all of the buckles are the same across all the Enduristan stuff, and that's designed specifically so that if they break, you can just have one spare and it will work in any of the places, rather than having bespoke pieces for every little element of it. So once adjusted correctly, this is a really comfortable bag. It does sit a little high, so if you look at it from a side profile, this bit's sticking up. It's sort of unusual. Most bags would kind of finish where the top of the strap comes in, just above it. This one has a good sort of 3 inches, I would say, just above that strap area. But you get a very durable, rubberized, Enduristan branded carry handle, which is good. At the bottom of the bag, you also have another one of these incredibly hard to open pockets, which is where I keep my waterproof trousers. There we go, just to prove the point. And that's fairly useful. And it also serves as a way of protecting, if I have the laptop in the bag, when I throw it on the floor and forget that I have the laptop in the bag, from damaging my laptop, which is useful. So that acts as a nice little cushion. You've also got on the outside this Velcro seal under a mesh net, which then on the top of it has a cargo net system as well. So for quick storage of waterproofs on the go, that's somewhere I use quite a lot, or for a second pair of gloves or whatever you want. But that again works pretty neatly. So in terms of the actual stated capacity, 25 litres versus the actual capacity, this is genuinely a 25 litre bag. I've had 40 litre bags in the past that really were more like 20, and it just annoys people to kind of play around with those classifications so wantonly, whereas this one is accurate. Enduristan will also, if you go up onto their site for signing up for the guarantee, send you free of charge a little patch, and you can personalize this within a certain character limit however you want. So I went for Andrew ST UK, very original there. Some people have blood type and so on and so forth. This did take about 5 months to arrive, so do not expect it to be quick, though I understand allegedly the first one got lost in the post, but it's still going to be a 2-3 month wait, so it's not like it comes next day. So if you do buy the bag and you want it immediately, please have some patience, because apparently it's made by one dude on the other side of the world who does it at quite a leisurely pace. The padding on this bag, having used it for 6 months, you can see there's some fraying across the top here. So that's a little bit disappointing, because that is always going to be in contact with you. So given how hardcore the rest of it is, you'd expect this to be a little bit harder wearing. In terms of value for money, I'd say that 250 is quite a tall ask for a bag, but Enduristan stuff is all at the more premium end of the price point spectrum. And as compared to a Krieger, you are looking for an equivalent size bag at slightly more money. But then again, these materials are undoubtedly more expensive. Whether you need that and whether that's something that is going to make a difference to you is completely up to you. But it is cool to have something different for once. And it is cool to, well, I think the Enduristan logos and branding are very, very good. So as I say, it's maybe a slightly more fussy day-to-day bag than an equivalent Krieger, but it is a very good one nonetheless. Then, as well as the laptop pouch, we have a zipper in front of it. We have a Velcro piece as well, just to help keep things in place if you have Velcro on the inside of any of your parts. There's a built-in key clip, a little cargo net, molly points, or whatever they call them, molly pouch holders. Those little loop systems, and another zip pocket as well. So you can get everything you need for an extensive day of riding and more in there, and I would say, as I did, that is the upper limit of what you would need. So I'd give this product a pretty solid score so far. In terms of, it definitely does what it says on the tin. It carries what I need it to carry. It's just the convenience, the day-to-day factor. But if this wouldn't be your day-to-day bag and you'd need it for more specialized things, and you want it for being able to, you know, be robust, take on the elements, go with you anywhere, then it is a really credible option. And I don't think that you would be disappointed with what you get. So that's the Enduristan Hurricane 25. If you want something that is basically exactly the same, but you don't have the ability to carry a laptop and it's just a more suitable size really for general trail riding, the 15 Hurricane could be a good balance of everything that I've just mentioned. The lighter options from the Enduristan range are really quite straightforward, and they don't have this hard-wearing material. So I think these are the ones to go for if you're looking at Enduristan, because this is sort of their USP. So these are in stock. We do free shipping and we do free returns. We have these available in our Adventure Lounge in our London Fulham store. I don't know why I got all this stuff out, so I've made a right mess. But if you have any further questions, let me know. Leave that in the section below. And stay tuned for more video reviews of the world's finest adventure gear. There's plenty more to come. And hopefully today, with the sun out, we're going to see more nice days and chances to get out and use it in anger. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.